Moorlands Radio Sport, in association with Leek Building Society.
I'm surprised you come through that crowd. Quite a few fans there.
Yeah, what incredible scenes. What a day, and the fans that turned out. What an amazing occasion. They've made it, and thankfully we were able to get over the line on the pitch as well and do it in the way that we wanted to by coming and getting the 3 points.
Gricey opened the scoring. Was it a heart overhead to choose him because it was a special day for him?
It was fitting, wasn't it, for him to score? No, I think we'll always make decisions based on what we feel's right for the game, and it was a decision I'd already made really before Friday. That obviously Gricey, Tom Riley, who didn't start, and obviously Aaron, who it wasn't possible to start today. I knew I wanted to make some changes to freshen it up. Obviously we had the extra 24 hours to prepare. I don't think that told in the first half really. I thought they had more energy than us. They were aggressive in what they were doing. They clearly had a game plan in terms of how they wanted to play, and they caused us some real problems. Some of them our own doing, but credit to Bacon and the players for Castle for putting on a really strong first half display. They conceded so early, but didn't probably deserve to be behind in the game. But yeah, Gricey getting the goal, it was a typical Gricey goal, wasn't it, in terms of him getting into the areas which we know he does, and he's calm in their moments to execute what looked like an easy finish. It's not in that moment, and I was delighted for him that he obviously managed to mark today with a goal. It seems fitting for someone who you can call Mr. Leek, I suppose. Yeah,
and if that was a good finish, certainly Dan Trickett-Smith's finish for the second goal was excellent, wasn't it?
It was, and it was a bit more like us in terms of how we got the into the wide area, because Booker obviously wins the ball back, manages to secure possession, give it to Tricks through the line, and we spoke about that being where the space was really. Because Newcastle defended with 5 players quite stoutly, so we knew getting the other side of the midfield was important. Tricks obviously then releases Rob does his thing, and obviously Tricks, what was pleasing was he's backed it up. He's not watched Robbie on his way, he's backed it up, and it was a really good finish. So there was a couple of players on the line, so yeah, really happy with obviously getting back ahead, and the second half performance as a whole I thought was much better.
You'd actually won the game before our final whistle went here, because we knew here that Prescott had only got a draw.
Okay.
Were you aware of that? Obviously you weren't.
No, I had no idea. I knew that Runcorn had scored because obviously they announced it in the first half or whenever it was. But no, I had no idea what was going on anywhere else. We've known for a long time it was about us, and I was just fixated on the game, making sure that we did everything to try and get over the line today. We wanted to win it by winning today's game.
4 games to go. You've won the league very early on, really. 4 games to go, but you won't let up, will you, over those 4 games?
Well, no, because obviously, we've got this unbeaten run. We want to try and, prolong, and obviously a cup final to prepare for and look forward to as well. So absolutely not. The challenge now for me and the management team is how we continually sort of make sure that we get each game plan right and pick the right personnel for each game. The players have got to enjoy this moment, so no one would begrudge us a sluggish performance along the way now, I would imagine, between now and the end of the season. But we really don't want that. We want to make sure that we bow out in style and try and amass as many points as we possibly can.
Yeah, and also you've got to be honest with the other teams in the league, because your last 2 games against Whitton and Clitheroe are against sides who need points to get into the playoffs, and there are clubs who want you to not let them get those points.
Well, we play Bootle as well, who are in the playoff picture, so we've got three games against teams after Saturday who are obviously fighting for their lives for points, and obviously Avro at the weekend, they beat us earlier on in the season, so there's something on that game as well for us in terms of wanting to make sure that we right the wrongs of that day.
And also the Bootle game as well, because you lost against Bootle too.
Yeah, that's exactly it. Yeah.
So that is it. How much is it in that you want to right the wrongs, but it's not really about revenge, is it? In some ways.
No. I mean, we've discussed as a group, obviously, wanting to try and beat every team in the league. We drew both times with Vauxhall, so obviously we were not able to win, to beat it. Say we've beaten every team in the league come the end of the season, but we want to finish strong. That's you know, you don't go on a 23 game unbeaten run if you've not got a strong mentality as a group, because along that journey you're going to have the odd occasion where you don't play particularly well. We've got to try and refocus after the celebrations to obviously make sure that we try and perform these last 4 games and obviously take that momentum going into the new season as well. That's important. You know, we don't want to go out with a whimper and all of a sudden sort of just kind of the season dies out. You know. Yeah,
I promised myself I wouldn't be emotional with this result, but it means a lot to me.
Yeah, of course it does. Obviously, we've spoke about the history of yourself with the football club, and I'm just delighted that we've been able to produce a moment, well, not just today, but obviously produce the moment today for the likes of yourself and everybody else that's associated with the club. I really want to just thank the board, John and the board of directors who gave me this opportunity. You know, there were people when it happened that would have maybe raised some question marks, raised eyebrows around the decision. I'd like to think that obviously we've put those to bed now, and we can obviously move onwards and upwards and get ready for some big journeys next year.
I was going to say, even now thinking about that, I'm sure, aren't you?
Yeah, of course. You know, it's obviously something we've been thinking about for a little while, and we're just really excited to obviously go and attack what the future brings. Anyway,
it was a very emotional dressing room as I left a few minutes ago. I'm sure you want to get back to.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Thanks very much.
Moorlands Radio Sport, in association with Leek Building Society.